Hi year twos. Today's lesson is a geography lesson all about beside the seaside. So we are going to be looking at where are our seasides. So by the end of the lesson, you should be able to use keywords to describe different places and environments and use a map to find seaside locations. So here are some of the keywords that you might need to know for this lesson. Okay, so I'm just going to go over some of the words that you might not know. A city is a built-up area or a large town. So you live in the city London. A town is a built-up area that is usually larger than a village but smaller than a city. And a village is smaller than a town that has a group of houses in a rural area. So a rural or countryside is an area that is located outside of towns or cities. So whatever is not rural is considered to be urban, like a city is an urban area. So rural areas usually have less people settled there. And then you have the word resort. And a resort is a place for holidays or enjoyment, like a seaside. A coast is part of the land that joins the sea, like a seashore. The word national means relating to the whole of a country or nation. And the word international is involving two or more nations, so in between different nations. The word physical in geography means the natural features, like a park or a lake, for example. And a tourist is just someone who visits a different place or area for leisure. Okay? So I'd like to see what you know already. So here is a quick quiz. So you can just jot down some of the answers to these questions on a piece of paper or in your book. So the first question, can you write 5 words that describe the seaside? For example, the blue sea. Number 2, why do people visit the seaside? Number 3, can you name any seaside places in the UK? Now, even if you've not been to a seaside before, some of you might have heard of some seasides. So if you know any of the names, just jot them down. Number 4, what is an island? And number 5, how might the seaside be different from where we live? Can you write or say 2 differences? Just think of 2 differences between the seaside and where you live. Okay. Once you've done that, I want you to think about the different places that you have visited. So what you can do is you can draw a picture of a suitcase, just like this one, or you can just write places I have visited and then draw some arrows coming out of your picture or your words. And then around it, can you write all the different places that you have visited? Okay? So, for example, think about day trips. Think about visits to the local area. Okay, it could be a holiday to a UK coast. Okay, so what different places have you visited? And I want you to also think about whether these places are nearby or far away. Okay, so think about some of those keywords we went over earlier. So it could be, for example, a town or a city or a countryside or any seaside. It could be somewhere national or international. Go. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to think about, what do you know about the seaside and what is it like? And what things can you do at a seaside resort and why do people visit them? So just for a couple of minutes, think about some of those, think about the answer to these questions. And we are now going to watch a video, okay, visit to the seaside, and I want you to think about the main features of the seaside, okay, while you are watching this video. This is me, Barnaby Bear, by the harbour in Poole. Oh, look at all those boats. Dad told me that Poole has got one of the biggest harbours in the world, and you can get to see all sorts of boats here. Dad, look! It's a fishing boat. Oh, I think the fisherman's gone to have a rest, so we'll be wide awake tonight when he takes his boat out again. Oh, look! Dad, that bridge is moving. This fantastic bridge looked as if it was splitting in half. All the cars had to wait either side. I worked out that it must do that to let big boats into the harbour. Dad told me it was called a lifting bridge, and Paul had one because it was such a busy port. Boats have always been important in Poole. Long ago, the boats would have looked like this. But many years ago, all the buildings along the quay were used for very different things. Oh, Dad, the aquarium might be full of fish now, but did you know it used to be a warehouse full of spices and oil? Well, anything that the ships could carry. Oh, Dad, did I think there were lots of smugglers and pirates here? Ahoy, my hearties! Nowadays, people come to Poole to enjoy themselves. There are still lots of boats, but they're mostly used for fun. I even got to go on one. It was fantastic. Just looking at all the different seashores. Some were just big rocks, and I was scared we would get too close. We saw some amazing cliffs. They looked really hard to climb. But even more brilliant were the miles and miles of sandy beaches. I couldn't wait to play on the beach. Oh, what on earth was that? Oh, hello, I'm Barnaby. Who are you?
My name's Chloe, and I'm Claire.
Hello, Chloe. Hello, Claire. Are you having a nice time on the beach?
Yes, Mum.
What are you doing?
Building sandcastles and playing with the ball.
Oh, excellent. Dad, I've made some new friends. Chloe and Claire. What are you doing?
Slip, snap, stop.
Slip, slap, slop?
Yes, you know, when you slip on a t-shirt, snap on a hat, and stop on some sun cream. Stops us getting burnt by the sun.
Oh, Dad, did you see that? Slip, slap, slop. Chloe, do you think I should slip, slap, slop?
No, probably not, because you've got all that fur to have you, so you wouldn't need anything like that.
No, I suppose you're right.
You could wear a hat, though.
Oh, yes.
It will keep you cool and stop you from getting a headache.
Oh, yes. What do you think, Dad? The beach was lots of fun, and it had fantastic sand to make sandcastles with. This is lovely. Yeah, look at mine, Chloe.
Oh, that looks brilliant.
Oh, there. Just pat it down.
Isn't this fun?
Oh, it's great. I love building sandcastles.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Now that you've had a watch of the video, I'd like you to write down what are the main features of the seaside. So just create a list of all the main features of a seaside that you know or that you saw in the video. Okay, so for example, the noisy seagulls could be one. Okay, or the fast speedboats. Okay, and once you've done that, see if you can challenge yourself and separate the features into human and physical features. So for example, boat would be a human feature because that is made by a human. Whereas a hill, for example, is a physical feature because it is natural. Pause the video and have a go at doing that. Okay, now I'd like you to think about where is the nearest seaside to where you live. Now for this, you are going to use Google Maps or a suitable map to find the location of the nearest coast or the nearest seaside resort. Okay, because normally we will find a seaside near the coast. Now I'll show you how you can do this using Google Maps. Okay, what you want to do is you can just go to Google, type in seaside near me, and a map like this will appear. If you click on it, on the left over here, all the different seasides or beaches. Now you can see the map here on the right hand side. What you want to do is you want to zoom in, okay, and first look at where we live. So see if you can locate where we live, and we live in London. You should say London. There you have it. And it finally. So we're over here actually in Barking, aren't we, which is in London. So what you want to do is you want to then move towards the coastal areas. Remember, the coastal areas is where the land meets the sea, and if you go across the coast you will spot lots of different seasides and beaches. Okay, I would like you to write the name of the seaside resort that is closest to your local area or where you live. Okay. Once you've done that, you're going to find out about a seaside resort by carrying out some research. Now, what things could you research? Now, for this you could use books, maps, leaflets or posters if you've got any at home, okay? And if you don't, then the internet can also help you collect information about your seaside resort. So just pick a seaside resort. Could be one that you found on the map, or the one that is closest to where you live, and research all about it. So for this, you have these worksheets to fill in. Okay, so you write down the name of the seaside that you have researched, and then you can draw the map of the seaside. So you can Google that, look at the image, write down where it is, what is there to see and do at the seaside, and the features of this place, so all the special things that you will find at the seaside. And you can write down what the weather is like, what other places are nearby, what other places are near the seaside, and pictures and photographs of the resort. Now, if you don't have, you could print out photographs of the resort. If not, then you could just draw the pictures, and then you could fill in this map. So all the information and any other information that you've collected, you could create a little mind map of. Okay, so they're the worksheets that you're going to complete. And once you've done that, just for fun, you can have a go at spotting the difference between these seasides and where you live. So what's the difference between where you live and these pictures of the seaside? Well done.